Hello, everyone.
Hi, ma'am. How are you? I'll be filling in for Miss Teresa today. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's Tuesday, so we're just gonna have a guest speaker come on today. So I'm mainly just moderating and making sure you guys' questions are answered. So I'll be putting up
Okay.
our guest speaker's name in presentation, and you'll see the information. But it was also put inside of your emails that you received today.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. Okay.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Miss Brenda. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you. And you?
Good. And thank you for
Good.
helping out yesterday.
Oh, no problem. I don't mind. And I
Yes.
got my survey too.
Oh, that's good, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I knew more about it, I wish I could have helped you more, but that's their.
Yeah. Oh, no, but I wasn't asking about the survey. I just got mine yesterday. So I completed it. And
Oh, that's good. Just as long
yeah.
as we know that it's being sent, then it's good.
Yes. Yes. I did
Hello,
complete it.
everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
It's Ann.
Hello, hello, everybody.
Hi,
How's
Diane.
everybody? How's everybody doing today?
Doing
Fine. Hi,
great.
Barbara. I miss y'all. I've been out for what? Almost 2 weeks. I had some dental work done.
Oh,
Yeah, I miss y'all.
How do you
you
feel?
I
got
feel a lot better. Stitches gone. I had 4 teeth with stitches in it. I was feeling terrible.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure you were.
Yeah, so the last one came out Friday, so I'm back.
Did,
Okay.
did you go
Okay.
to Howard? Did you go to
No,
Howard?
I went out I went out there in somewhere in Laurel, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
But they take Medicaid. They take DC Medicaid.
Yeah, I go
Hello,
to one.
everybody.
Hello, Kim. How
Hi.
you doing?
Hello.
It's Terrific Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
Hey,
is.
everybody. Love you
Hi.
all.
Love you
Love
more.
you too.
Oh, man. Everybody is on. Y'all beat me on.
Look, I can't wait to get on.
I know, me too.
I go to a dentist at 2900 14th Street that take Medicaid also.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Well,
ask me her name. I forgot the name.
yeah, because
But
she got an office on Good Hope Road also, but I went to the one out there in Laurel.
okay.
Yeah, they had a Barbara. They had a presentation last week from the ladies from Howard.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking patients. So I go Monday, and
All
she's got
right.
it lined up for all of the participants to come out.
Oh,
So,
really?
Right,
so
right.
Oh,
I go
they do
Monday, and I can't
implants.
wait.
They do implants.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll
I
find
think
out
I
when I
think
get
they
there.
did, Miss Brenda. I think they said they did implants.
Oh,
But
Oh,
they
that's
have to
okay.
good.
work you up to make sure you can get them though.
Right. Because I was gonna go through Clear Choice because the one I went to, they want the money up front.
Hey,
Well,
Did
Clear Choice is very expensive. Very.
yeah
yeah,
No,
they're
did
one of the most expensive in the area.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's the
Hmm.
one I went to because she won 100,000 for the whole mouth. Clear
Whoa.
Choice is
What?
50.
Oh
Clear
my
Choice is
goodness.
People
50,000.
off.
Yeah.
She ripping people off.
Yeah, she bringing a specialist. I like, matter of fact, they show them to you. They put if you're getting the whole, that's if you're getting all of them. You can get like 32 with the wisdom or the 28 without the wisdom too. And they put their the screw parts in your gums for like, what she say about what? How many weeks? Like 6 or 7 weeks. But I know Clear Choice give you some temporarily and Howard. Matter of fact, they do the temporarily. And then they
Oh
got the
wow.
real ones in your mouth. Cause my sister did Howard, but they didn't give her back teeth. I guess that's the wisdom. I don't know. But hers looks good from Howard. She had hers
Mm.
done.
The lady that was on here, she got hers done by Clear Choice, I think she said.
I
And
love theirs.
she didn't like them.
Yeah, she said they still kind of hurt.
Oh, she
Yeah.
might be diabetic. Does she have sensitivity? She diabetic probably.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Some
know.
people, my
But
sister diabetic. She said hers hurt a little bit from Howard.
yeah.
She diabetic.
Well,
But
I
you know
want
what? My
anybody to,
cousin, she went to Clear Choice a few years back, and they
Mhm.
wanted 40,000 for her.
Whoa.
Right.
You know,
oh
her
my
whole mouth.
God.
So if you saying it's 100,000, so
No.
they really gone up.
No, where I went to is 100,000. Clear Choice was 50,000.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, where I went at, that lady told me 50 for the bottom, a 50
Yes,
for the
that's
top.
high.
They look good though, but I told her the price is crazy, but they don't do payment plans. They do credit cards and checks, stuff like that.
Mm.
But she showed them to me. I told her they are very nice, but I told her too expensive. They let you see how they look. And they real
Yeah.
pretty. But my nurse, she got hers from Clear Choice. They look good. Hers look
Okay.
good. But they do payment plans. That's the
Oh,
one
okay.
I want. Like Howard do payment plans too, I think. But my sister had hers done through Medicaid.
What kind of insurance do you have?
I got Medicaid and Medicare,
That's what I have.
but Medicare don't pay for nothing like that. Medicaid do that.
I
Part D
think the
does.
lady
You
from
don't have
Howard
Part
said-
D?
Huh?
Part D does on Medicare.
Who
I
do?
don't have Part D.
Part D is my wear care. That's my medicine. Part D. A and I got A and B on Medicare, and Part D is wear
Well, you
care.
can get Part D now. With the Medicare insurance.
But I thought they said they didn't pass the. Remember they did this new bill. They didn't put the eye in the dental in that bill.
Well,
For
I
Medicare
got
people.
the new book yesterday, and it was in
Oh,
there.
really?
So
Okay, so I'm gonna look at mine. I got
Ooh,
mine.
check
I
it
got
out.
mine.
You know, maybe that was a mistake, but check it out. You know, it's
I
all.
will.
You know
You
what?
know what my mother used to say? If you don't ask the question, you don't get the right answer.
Right.
But you got to be real careful because you got a lot of scam artists
Yes,
calling
you do.
on the
Because I had
phone.
somebody from Pepco calling yesterday. All I'm
Well, I had
saying.
one down 5 minutes ago.
They terrible. Some talking in Chinese.
Just
It's
before I got
crazy.
a
Hey,
talking about
Teresa
real
Washington, if you can hear me, please answer my direct message. Thank you.
huh?
Sandra, I see your face.
Yeah, I put it up there.
Oh, you look beautiful.
Have
Hey.
anybody got the new vaccine yet?
No.
What
Oh.
new vaccine? The monkeypox.
Well, you know,
No.
the new one out.
There's a new one. No, I have
The
not.
booster for the
Yeah,
for
new
the
booster.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
Good
afternoon.
Afternoon.
I took Pfizer.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Julia White
Hey, Miss
Jackson.
Jennifer.
Hi. How you
How
doing?
are you? I'm fine.
I'm
How
here
are you?
taking it easy. Listen, you guys got the number for Romilla Rogers. The number that I got is ringing through to somebody, but it's not the correct number. Because I have to change my appointment. I
I
can't
have a
go.
number, Miss Jennifer.
Hi.
I have a number if you ready to write it down.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's 1240.
Wait.
Wait a minute. My pen won't write. Sorry.
I'm having the same problem. Oh, guys, come
These
here.
stupid pens, I swear you, they don't last 5 minutes. Okay,
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
1240
1240
499
499
6010.
6010.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. 240-499-6010.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now you
Thank
know what?
you.
You're welcome. She was telling us too that if you have Medicaid, you get 1 implant a year.
Oh,
If you
That's
have
right.
Medicaid.
that's 1 tooth you talking about?
One, one tooth a year.
Nah,
It's
nah,
gonna take you what,
nah.
32 years to get the whole thing?
Shut
You know
your
what?
lips.
You know what? Make sure if you've had cancer, make sure you tell the dentist you've had cancer before you get them implants.
Oh, okay.
And I'm willing to meet you halfway. So
Wow, okay. Mm.
Mm.
Well, I'm excited about my appointment. So
All right.
I have to call them and cancel.
Again, we're waiting for our guest today, so just please hold on till they get here, please.
Okay, Mr. Bell.
We go round.
still points.
Yeah, I'm so sick and tired of these scam artists.
Andre, you and me both. Girl, let me tell you, I get about 10 to 12 calls every day.
Oh, you're
And
lucky.
from senior Medicare benefits. And
Yeah.
when the number come up, it's like all these different numbers from out of town, Texas, Maine, Vermont,
Yeah.
California,
I
Arizona.
know what you
I don't
mean.
even answer.
You know what?
I don't
got
answer
calls from
anymore
every
either.
state
Mhm.
in the United States.
Mhm.
I
And
got one.
most of them come up
Why?
saying spam. And I don't answer any phone call. I just don't answer.
Well,
It's
it does that on
ridiculous.
my cell phone. It say spam likely.
Mm-hmm.
But my home phone, it'll show a town in the United States. And you know, I don't know anybody in Arizona or Maine or Vermont. So I don't even
Yeah.
bother.
I
Sometimes
don't.
I
I
answer.
hardly know where Iowa is. I got one from Iowa yesterday. I said, I know that ain't for me because I don't know a soul in Iowa.
Look, I
You
got
guys
more,
are funny.
more phone calls
No, I had go for
than
my
I got regular phone
procedure
calls.
on my leg for my vertical vein tomorrow.
Oh,
Beg your
I
pardon?
go too.
I hope so. Be in and out. Okay.
Anybody with AT&T? Anybody
Yeah.
still AT&T?
No.
Cause I put call protect, pay $3.99, call protect, and they
Yes.
catch all that spam.
Yeah.
So my phone don't ring.
Oh, I
Okay.
put something on my
right.
cell phone that I know when it's a spam. But a lot of them numbers are coming up, real numbers.
mhm.
Yes.
But see, AT&T, I pay $3.99 to my cell bill. They catch them, so my phone don't ring. It let me see them. It say spam, so I don't get to hear them. They might call my phone, but it catch it and it block them out. My phone catch it, my cell phone. House phone now, and I don't answer it because I don't know them people.
You know what? I took my house phone all the way out. I'm like, why pay 2 bills?
Right.
Well, my what you call it is Health Lifeline is on there on my house phone.
How much they charge you? Because I haven't sent my papers back yet. How much your bill will be once I fill them out?
Mine was $35.40.
That's what it is now.
That's what it was for the
Regular. Yeah,
for
that's
the
what mine cost
just a
now.
line, just the local line.
Uh-huh.
And
So how much is it now?
but if you put in your papers for it on the energy, I think it'll go down like to $17 and stuff.
Oh, okay. Because I paid 35. Matter of fact, did they give you a backup battery like the power go out?
Oh,
Did you get
for
a
the
backup
house
battery?
phone. Yeah, I don't like being on that because all my other neighbors are on a regular line, and unless something go out, but if the power go out, my phone will go out. And so that, to me, that's not
The
safe.
guest speakers
No,
here.
I say get a battery. So Verizon gave me a battery and put it on my
I
wall.
got that. They sent me the thing in the box, but they ain't tell me what to do with it or where
No,
to
just
send it.
you know what? Put it in the plug. They put mine on the wall, but put it on the plug and you hit the switch over. When your power go out, then you have a battery working towards your phone. They hooked mine up when they bought it, when I had my phone put in.
Oh,
Just
okay.
matter of fact, then they sent me 2
They
extra
sent mine in
batteries.
the box and they ain't tell me do the swap.
Oh, yeah, it's a switch on there. When when it goes out, you hit that switch and then you can use
Well,
your
if it's down on the floor, it still ain't gonna help me because I can't bend over there.
phone. No, what I'm saying,
Where
they
it
put
is.
mine
Good
on the
morning.
wall.
Okay, that's enough. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
No, it's
Yeah, it's
afternoon. Okay. I just wanted to
Hi, Portia.
How you?
I'm all right.
Good. How Miss Jennifer doing?
Hey, Portia.
What's everybody all right?
We are
Yeah,
doing
we
well.
here.
That's good.
Yes, we're doing
glad
great.
to be here. Yes, ma'am. Yep, I'm glad to be here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, y'all, I know y'all ain't tired of
We are doing well.
something. Good. That's good. I'm glad.
We are doing well.
That's good. That's good.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm going to, I gotta get my little notes in order. Some of that stuff I forgot. Shoot.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good
How you
afternoon,
doing?
everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
I spoil it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good
Hi,
afternoon,
Ellen.
everybody. Hi,
Hello.
Speedy.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How Miss Kim doing? I don't see her. Miss Johnson.
How y'all seeing everybody when I got a
I
this
remember
thing up?
some of their names. I don't see everybody, but I remember some of their names.
No, I
Have
got
y'all-
a thing up on my page.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm. Talking about today at 2:15. Douglas Klein, United States Attorney Office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was on, but then it went off for mine.
It's still up on.
It's still up there.
Oh, okay, well, maybe because I went to look at the participants and make sure my name was on there. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see mine. I think mine. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in the call for a few minutes. Did anybody hear anything from our speakers or no?
No.
I think
No.
somebody showed up, but I think they went back out.
I know, I seen that too. I thought it was just me.
No,
So
All we
yeah,
see,
we'll
is Alexander Bell. That's all we see on the screen.
Yeah, that's all I see too.
now I don't even
See that on my screen. Wow.
It's black. It's black.
I Miss
Yeah,
Brenda.
mine is
Hey,
black.
how you doing?
Portia.
What's
How
up? What's
you?
up?
Oh,
Now
there
I
we go.
see.
Oh, there. Hi, Miss Jennifer.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
I'm
Portia?
fine.
What's up?
Nothing much. How you doing?
Hanging in there.
Mine is,
Something else. Yeah, you looking good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
mine is right there.
Man,
I was looking forward to this meeting, boy.
okay. Yeah.
We had a good time on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they came on yesterday because I tried. Did anybody else go on yesterday?
Nah, I can't.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
We
We
were
were
here.
all on there. I wasn't on there yesterday.
Not
No.
me. I wasn't on there either.
I know. I couldn't get in. Yesterday. Yeah. What happened? I don't know. Because we were all on there.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yesterday was module 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Teresa.
I know that. I tried, but I couldn't get in.
Somebody's playing a keyboard or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sound like a guitar.
Oh, no, it sound like
It's
Keyboard.
still like what that
keyboard.
what you like, Miss
Me?
Jennifer. It sound like
No,
one
no,
still
that
one of
sound
them
like a
things.
keyboard.
Oh,
It sound like a electric keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where,
That's because it was somebody's connection. They don't have the best connection. That's why it sounded like that.
oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll give them about 4 more minutes, and then if they don't
Alexander.
show up, we'll be doing something else.
Alexander.
Yes,
You,
Miss
you
Sandra.
still have some people on there with iPad.
That's fine.
yes.
Today's not
who is that joke?
Wait, was that a joke or was that for real?
I'm
No,
serious.
for real, for real.
Oh,
That's
I mean, today there's no, today's not a credit day, so
Right.
mean,
But if they get it today, they won't have to worry about it tomorrow.
yeah. I mean, sometimes even when you do rename them while you're in a call, sometimes it doesn't show up. So I mean, as long as they're in today, then they're fine.
Okay.
Okay.
They should know how to do it themselves, but it's okay.
No,
By now.
some of them look a little new.
Yeah, so
Hey, this
I
is
mean,
Doug Klein. Doug Klein is on. I figured out how to get on, and you guys required a code.
oh yes, hi there,
What is
sir.
true?
Is this Mr. Klein speaking?
Yes. Yes.
All right, hi there, sir. How are you today?
Good. Well, luckily I figured out, like I said, I do Zoom all the time, but it was redirecting me. It wouldn't let me on. So, but I'm on now, so that's good.
I didn't get
Great.
on.
So I'll be filling in for Teresa today. So I'll just be assisting with the chat and such. But do you need me to let you share your screen so that you can present something?
I'm just talking.
Oh, okay, no problem. And then how would you like your questions? Do you like them during the presentation or all of them at the end?
Let's just wait till the end.
Okay, great. So if anyone has a question for Mr. Klein, please raise your hand and I'll be able to have you ask your question at the end. All right?
All right.
That's fine.
All right,
Hey,
thank
Alexander,
you.
Teresa's on here.
Yeah, again, she's just making sure that Mr. Klein is on in case you need to do something, but again, I'll be moderating for today's session. So, so if everyone could please meet themselves, and we have Mr. Douglas Klein from the U.S. Attorney's Office today, and he'll be talking about the romance scam and other things. So please,
that's one of them.
Yep, and so everyone please be respectful of his time and meet yourselves, especially have some background noise, but I hope you guys enjoy his talk with you. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Doug Klein. I'm a prosecutor with the U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C. Little explanation. So the U.S. Attorney's Office, we prosecute all the adult crime in the District of Columbia.
Oh, no.
From shoplifting all the way up to carjacking and murders and robberies and burglaries and senior fraud. We also do federal cases. So we do both the local cases and we do federal cases such as racketeering, big drug conspiracy cases, terrorism cases, human trafficking, fraud. As such, because DC is not yet a state, we do both the work that like a district attorney would do and and a federal prosecutor. The Office of Attorney General, which is run by Kyle Racine, the elected Attorney General for your city, they do the juvenile crime. Okay, so juveniles who commit all sorts of crimes, all the way up to murder. Those are prosecuted by the Office of Attorney General, except under certain circumstances, we can take those cases, the serious cases like murder and rape and such. If the person's 16 or 17, we could prosecute them as an adult. So that depends on the case. But generally, we do the adult crime, they do the juveniles. We have approximately 350 attorneys. We're one of 93 districts in 93 or 94 districts in the U.S. The U.S. Attorney Matthew Graves is actually appointed by the U.S. Attorney, appointed by President Joe Biden, whereas Carl Racine was actually elected by the city people during an election. So we prosecute fraud and senior scams. They're very difficult cases to prove. Because it's very hard to catch the perpetrator, except if we do extensive investigation. But the main thing we want to accomplish today is, number one, to educate you on these scams so you don't become a victim. And number two, if you do become a victim, to report that crime to the proper authorities so we can actually investigate the crime, because you may be one of hundreds of victims of a certain scam. So the number one scam right now that we're looking at is called romance scams. Okay, so everybody wants to have romance. Well, not everybody, but there's a lot of people that want romance. And we've just gone through the pandemic, and everybody was isolated and people became lonely and despondent. There were a lot, if you read the news, a lot of people became depressed. Well, the scammers knew this, and they know how to take advantage of people who are vulnerable. That's one of their main things, is people who are vulnerable. And romance scams is one of the ways they can get people money. So a lot of people establish relationships over the computer now. You know, when I grew up, and I'm sure when you grew up, we met people through blind dates, school, going to maybe bars, church. Maybe your friend set you up on a date. Well, now a lot of people do dating over the computer. That's how they meet people, which is perfectly fine. In fact, I know a couple of my friends who actually ended up getting married after meeting their prospective wives on dating sites, and then it became, dating, and now they're married and have kids. So there's nothing wrong with meeting somebody over the computer. It's just that anytime you have computers involved, there's a possibility of scams, either over your phone, your iPhone, or your iPad, which I guess you guys have, or your computer at home. Scammers know this. So what scammers do is they set up fake accounts on social media or dating sites, and there are tons of dating sites, or they establish apps, and they establish fraudulent relationships with legitimate people. So what they do is they actually, over the computer through chat or whatever, video conferencing, whatever they do, they establish a relationship with this person, and they get the person to fall in love with them. And then soon the person's like, well, we'd like to meet. Well, I can't, I live in Kansas. I really can't afford to fly out. Could you send me money? Or I'm short of rent this month. Could you send me money? Or, I'd like to buy a gift for my granddaughter. I just lost my job. Could you send me money? Well, anyway, you get the point. Once they establish this relationship, they start asking you for money, a little bit here, a little bit there. There are people that have been scammed out of thousands and thousands of dollars through these knuckleheads. And what they do is, like I said, they gain your trust, and they just nickel and dime you until your money is gone. And because the person falls in love with them, the victim, they become vulnerable. It's almost like in a domestic abuse relationship. They then acquiesce and give the money. Every time the person asks for money, they're giving up the money, and pretty soon they're out of money. And then once that money is gone, so is the person. Or once you cut that person off, they're going to cut the relationship off. Or they may just get one large, you might send them $1,000 and then never hear from them again, because they've scammed you. Usually when they get money, they're going to come back for more. But they can also get their one-time shot, get the money, they get a lot of money, and then there's like, well, I'm going to cut my losses now. I'm just going to get out of here. So the point is, if you're establishing a relationship with somebody on the computer, you don't know who that person is. You don't know who the background is. You've never met them before. You don't know if what they're saying is the truth. You need to prevent yourself from becoming vulnerable to these sort of romance scammers. Now, to segue into something else, it can also happen live. So you could also meet somebody who is just a scammer and like starts dating you, and then, you know, you pay for all the dates, you go on vacation, you pay for everything, you loan them money, you give them money when they need money, and like they're always getting money, 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 money. And you know, pretty soon, you know, you're broke because you're trying to keep this relationship going, and you're just giving this person money all the time, and then they disappear. How are we going to prove in court that you did not give this money voluntarily and that the relationship just ended? You see how difficult that would be to prove that you were giving this money under duress? But the point of the romance scammer is they will establish a relationship, they will make you fall in love with them, and then they will take you for all your money, either via computer, you know, over the internet, chat rooms, dating apps, in person, over the phone, whatever. They're going to be able to take your money, and before you know it, you're going to be, you know, you're going to be up a creek. So really watch out for these romance scams. There's also called profile hacking. In these instances, a fraudster will use a hacked social media account such as Facebook, Instagram, any sort of social media contact thing between people. They might ask for money be wired. They say they're a victim of something, like, you know, victim of any, they can come up with anything. They can say, you know, their house was destroyed in a hurricane, or, you know, they went bankrupt, or, you know, they were injured and have medical problems, or they were a victim of crime. And what they do is they beg you for money. They have you wire money directly to them, trying to appeal to your good nature. So that's the same thing as like with charity scams, you know, like whenever something, we're now going to have a hurricane, unfortunately, in Florida. I can guarantee you there's going to be charities that arise from that hurricane. And some are going to be legit, some aren't going to be legit. But my goal is to, you know, get you to avoid the charities that are fake charities, and that charities that just take your money and don't even give money to the people they're promising that they give money to. So another one's called money flipping. So you see a message that you can earn 10 times what you invested. So they can say you can invest $10, and that could be, you know, up to $1,000 or even more than that, or $100. Or it sounds great, but is it true? ZeroFox, a social media security company, found that scammers often use Instagram and other networks to target military members, bank customers, and other seniors with promises of enormous profits in exchange for a small investment. Be alert to these bank-specific hashtags or teasers that, like fast cash or easy money. Don't believe it. Don't click on it. Don't answer the emails. Don't click on it and then respond or whatever, because what they're going to do is they're going to text you. You'll see easy money, investment money, whatever. It'll be texted your phone or your iPad. And if you click on that, they're going to try to scam you out of money. Or worse yet, they could be phishing, where it actually infects your computer. Like if you click on one of these texts, it actually can infect your computer like a virus. So if you see any of these strange texts, don't click on them. Same thing with emails, just erase them, delete them, erase, you know, hit the red delete, out of there. So another big scam, of course, is the grandparent scam. How many people have heard of the grandparent scam?
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay,
I
well,
have. I've been a victim of it. I've had them
I've
call
heard
me.
of it.
My
Who was the-
grandson was kidnapped, and I told him, I said, "Well, you called the wrong grandma because I'm broke."
Okay, so they
I
tried
know
to
that's
scam you and you didn't get scammed. That's great. So that's exactly how it happens. What they do is they'll either pose as a friend of your grandchild or grandson or granddaughter or whatever, some family member, and they will say that there's a catastrophe that just occurred. The person was arrested for drunk driving. They've been in a car crash. They have a medical emergency. They were kidnapped. You know, whatever. It's going to create a catastrophe and panic in the person they're trying to contact. Then they're going to say they need money immediately, and they need you to wire the money immediately so we can pay for the medical costs, so we can pay for the lawyer, so we can pay to get him out of jail so he doesn't sit in jail until his hearing. And that we can't wait. It's an emergency. You need to do this immediately. Go to the, Western Union or wherever and wire me the money. They either pose actually as a grandchild, which I don't know how they can convince you that they're a grandchild when they're not, but they do, or they pose as a friend of your grandchild or granddaughter or somebody related to you. And they try to get you to panic and send money, and it's always usually wired, or a lot of times they might actually even have your gift cards, and then somebody would meet you. It's all sorts of convoluted ways that they try to get the money. But the point is, if somebody calls you about your grandchild or daughter or whatever, 99, it's probably going to be a scam, but especially if they're asking for money immediately. But if you want to be, totally your due diligence, say, well, I'll take down your number, and then you can call the relatives and see what's happening. But usually you're going to know when the person sounds desperate, when they want the money immediately, that it's a scam and that it's actually not happening. So be aware of the grandparent scam. Unfortunately, thousands of people have fallen victim to those scams. So there's also the lottery scam, and usually that's going to be a foreign lottery. You're going to receive a text. It's going to pop up on your phone or your iPad or your computer. You're going to receive a phone call, or we're going to receive an email saying that you won $1 million, $10,000, $3 million. Lucky you. Call this number. Contact this number. When you call, they're going to say, congratulations, you've won a prize. However, to get your prize, you're going to need to provide us with a processing fee of $500 or $1,000 or $50, whatever it is. They're going to ask you to send them money to get your prize. That's a scam, okay? Anybody who asks you to pay them to get your prize, it's going to be a scam. And usually if you give them money, they're going to call you back again because they know they have a sucker, and they're going to ask for more money, saying that there's more processing fees or there's attorney fees or there's a problem or whatever. So the point is, if somebody calls you about a contest you never entered, saying that you won and that they want money for you to get that prize, what does that tell you? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a scam. I mean, please, nobody's going to ask for money to get your prize.
Been using
There's another one out there called rental property scams. And what they do is they advertise rental property in newspapers, magazines, or over the internet on a computer, representing they are the owners of landlords or property managers with property to rent at bargain rental prices in luxurious places. Like, say, for example, you want to spend 2 months in Florida, and you go in the internet and you see, wow, man, in Boca Raton, there's this condo for rent for, $1,000 a month right on the water, all the amenities, swimming pool right on the beach, health club. It's near all the shopping and all that. It's only $1,000 a month, includes utilities. You see the pictures, you call the people up on the phone, or you correspond via email. Oh yeah, it's going to be available for February and March. Send us the first month's rent and security deposit. When you come down here, come to this address, keys will be waiting, and you can go to your condo for 2 months. Well, you do all that, you drive down or fly down to Florida, you go to the address where the property owner allegedly is. What do you think happens?
it's a shack.
There's no property there. Or worse yet, you go to the property you're supposed to be renting, and somebody's already in there, and they're like, who the heck are you? Get the heck out of here. I'll call the police. Or it doesn't exist. The point I'm trying to say is that anything scam can be created over the computer. You can just put some nice photographs together. Anybody can create a website. So if you're going to rent property, please verify however you can that the property actually exists and you're dealing with a legitimate person. So that's happened to people in the military, because military people are moving a lot. And so it's kind of started that way, but now it's kind of ballooned into something else. So another big thing is called, let me get this here. We can go on and on with these things. Credit repair scams. Okay. Have you ever seen an ad that promises you a new credit identity? Many of these ads guarantee they can get rid of negative credit information in your credit report, or they can increase your credit score a specific number of points, but be careful. No one guarantees this. Also, after receiving payment from your account, some of these companies may report all credit accounts, loans, inquiries in your name to the credit bureau of fraudulent, even legitimate ones. This means you'd have to work with the credit bureaus and your finance institutions to sort things out. So beware of those. We have cyber and fraud. Cyber fraud involves fraud crimes where a computer and the internet are used. Most popular scams are done using email or convincing you to go to fake websites, often using social media sites such as Facebook and Instagram. It usually occurs in the form of deceitful solicitations, being tricked into accessing websites that you believe to be legitimate and isn't, for fraudulent transactions. So basically, a lot of these scams involve purchasing things over the internet, or, going to vacation homes, or, winning a prize, or purchasing something that you really don't need. And once you give them your credit card information, they're going to use that for identity theft. There's also mortgage fraud. So a lot of seniors own their homes. So if you bought property anywhere in Anacostia, Northwest, Southeast, Southwest, if you bought your property in the 60s, 70s, even 80s and 90s, you're sitting on a good chunk of change. So the mortgage people, they know this. What they do is they contact homeowners. Doesn't necessarily have to be seniors, and say, well, you own your home. We're going to offer you this reverse mortgage, this super deal, or we're going to offer you this big home equity loan. And what they do is, when you say, oh, that's great, I can get this money up front, they charge exorbitant processing fees. And if you don't read the fine print, the interest rate that you have to pay back is way above market rate. So you take out a home equity loan because you want to buy a new car, you own your home, so you want to take out $50,000 to buy a new car, or you do a reverse mortgage where you want to get the money, each month, where they pay you to live in your house, but you don't pay, and then you have to pay a lot of money up front, and then you don't look at the fine paperwork, and you see that when you start paying this back, that the interest rate increases every month, or that it's like a 10% interest rate, even though unfortunately interest rates are getting real high now. Like a year ago, they were still at like 3%. So what they do is, then once the person starts having to pay back, they can't afford to pay back the loan that they took out on their mortgage, because the interest rate is so high, and they got jacked up fees at the front and up front. The next thing you know, they're trying to foreclose on your home. So watch out for mortgage fraud. Now, the home equity loans are perfectly legal. Reverse mortgages are perfectly legal. You just have to look at the fine print and know, if you have to pay a lot of money up front and you have high interest fees, it's something you probably want to avoid. There's also investment scams. How many people have heard of Bernie Madoff?
Yeah.
Well, Bernie Madoff, of course, took millions of dollars from people and invested in this billion-dollar fund that turned out to be fraudulent, and people that were actually multi-millionaires lost everything they had. So a lot of those people were gazillionaires, and they literally lost every penny because of Bernie Madoff. This can happen to people, even small investors. So say you have $10,000 and you meet a scam artist, and he said, look, if you invest this $10,000, I can guarantee you, whether the market goes up or down, whether the real estate goes up or down, whether cryptocurrency goes up or down, you are guaranteed a 15 to 20% return over the next year. And so just do the math, what you can do with that $10,000. Give it to me, I'll manage the money for you. You give him the money, what do you know? It disappears, he disappears. Or the stock market goes down and he goes, well, I didn't really promise that. I just said if this and this happens. So anytime they do pie in the sky investment promises, everything goes up or down. Unfortunately, as we know now, the stock market is going down, 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 okay? Real estate is starting to reduce. It's the way it goes. It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. So if some investment guy who's not legit offers you a pie in the sky can't lose money no matter what. Chances are it's a scam. And the problem is people fall for these things every time because, everybody wants to get rich, right? Not everybody, but if somebody's saying they're going to earn you money, they're going to try to scam you. Let's see here. We have work at home scams. So basically, what they do is they offer you to send you products. You have to purchase the products initially from them, and then you are told that you can sell them for this amount of money, and you can keep the profit and send a little bit of the profit to them, or you may be able to keep all of the profit for that matter. So let's give a simple example of jewelry. So they send you a bunch of jewelry you purchased for $1,000, and they send you all, and they said, you can sell this jewelry for $20 a piece. You have your friends over at your house, you have a little party, and 15 of your friends buy the jewelry. So, wow, hey, I've made some money here. But you've already still paid $1,000, so it's going to take a lot of money to make that over $1,000. Then you try to start selling the jewelry to other people, and nobody's interested. You're stuck with all this jewelry. You paid $1,000. You're in the hole. You call the company and you say, well, I want to send this back. Nobody wants to buy this stuff. And they're like, well, we have hundreds of people that are successful salespeople and they're making a lot of money. So you can't sell the stuff. That's your problem. You made a deal. We're not going to give you your money back. You've been scammed. Watch out for unsuitable insurance where salespeople try to sell you insurance that you do not need. High investment fees. For example, if you work with a investment person, a financial advisor, first of all, make sure the person's legitimate. But if you're paying them to manage your money, 10, 15% a year, how are you going to make any money? Usually when you give somebody money to manage, they're usually going to charge a 1% or less, or maybe a little bit more fee to manage your money. But if somebody's managing your money for 10, 15, 20% or more, or 10% or more, how are you going to earn money if the stock market's going down, or if the stock market's going up 20% and he's taking 15%? What does that leave you with? 5%. So watch out for high fee investment scams. Now, everybody's heard of the Pepco scam where they actually call you and say that you're going to have your electricity shut off within a half hour if you don't call this number.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I got that.
No, today.
Right. I came home one day, my wife was in a panic. She goes, you didn't pay our electric bill. They're going to shut off our power in a half hour. I said, well, it's already been a half hour and our power's still on. Anyway, I did not call the number that was on the answering machine because I knew it was a scam. I called the electric company on my bill that I got in the mail, and they said, you paid your bill. I didn't call the number that said that I owed the money because that was a scam number. And then there's also the IRS scam. I get this call every 2 months where they say you are going to be indicted, and I don't know why they say the sheriff. They always say the sheriff's coming here to arrest you. So we're all laughing at that, which is great, and I'm glad you are because you guys are all smart. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people that panic. They call that number, and the next thing you know, they're being bilked out of money because they think they're going to be arrested by the sheriff for not paying their taxes.
Well, I told them some very unladylike things, so I don't think they're going to call back anytime soon.
Well, one thing I do want to give advice on, the number one rule is when these people call you on the phone, number one, don't answer the phone. Get caller ID, through Verizon or whatever company you have, and do not engage in any conversation with these people. Don't go, I know Mr. Klein or I know Officer so-and-so, I'm going to call the police on you, because a lot of these scammers, they're criminals, okay? And they may turn the tables on you and say, okay, ma'am, I know where you live, I'm coming over. They don't know where you live, but they're going to threaten you, and your heart's going to start going like this, because you're panicking when the person's threatening your life. So it's like, not interested, thank you. I get calls 2 to 3 times a week for people asking for money. Why would you give money to strangers over the phone? Why would you do that? You're not going, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Just hang up on the people. Don't, you can be polite. Thank you, I'm not interested or whatever, and hang up the phone. So my rules for trying to avoid being scammed are, number one is be suspicious and skeptical. So just remember Ronald Reagan said, trust but verify. Scammers are using trust as a tactic. So they try to gain your trust. Once they gain your trust, they go in for the kill and they get your money. Nothing is urgent. Scammers will try to get you to act quickly to prevent you from using reason and common sense and from fully researching anyone or anything for which you are sending money. They're always going to tell you the deal is only good now. It's only good today. It's only good this minute. It's not going to be there tomorrow or whatever. Remember the Joseph Banks? They would go 3 suits for 1, only this weekend.
Yeah.
And then, but 3 weeks later, you see the same commercial, 3 suits for 1, only this weekend. I used to buy suits from Joseph Bank. They're good, but I think they got bought out. But the point is, and that wasn't a scam. It's just, it was an advertisement. Scammers, though, are always going to tell you, you got to have the deal right now. You got to have it now. In fact, I give the example, and a lot of the scams are really legal because this is not really a scam, but say you go to the car dealership and you want to get the base model. I just want air conditioning, a nice radio, rear wheel drive. I can live with cloth seats. I don't need leather seats. I don't need the Bose stereo. I don't need the 360 surround camera. You just want a base car for $25,000 just to get you around town. It's in the city. You're probably going to get dings on the doors and all this sort of stuff. You don't want to get a nice car. You go into the dealer and you leave that dealership with the Deluxe Limited. Because the guys convince you that you need the Bose stereo, you need, the sunroof, you need the 360 camera, you need the all-wheel drive, and you went in there wanting to spend $25,000, and you end up walking out of there spending a $40,000 car. You get the idea, right? So listen to your inner voice. You are smart and have a lot of life experience. If your gut is smelling fish, it's because it's fishy.
Right. All right.
Your personal information. Do not give out your social security number to people over the phone. Address, your phone number, email, bank account, driver's license. Don't email this to strangers either. Don't answer texts with this type of information. Just say no. Don't be afraid just to hang up on these knuckleheads. They're the rudest people in the world, and if you give them an inch, they will take a mile, and they're going to take your money. Never pay fees up front for a promise of a big payoff later. If they ask you for money to get your money, forget about it. It's a scam.
Yeah.
Never agree to deposit a check that was sent to you. Say somebody sends you a large check for $300, tells you to deposit it in the bank, and then says, go and purchase these products, and then give us an evaluation, and then wire us back some of the money. That's going to be a scam. When people send you checks, large amounts of checks out of the blue, they're going to be fraudulent checks and they're going to bounce. So watch out for that. Do not reply to a message asking for personal or financial information. Don't play the foreign lottery. Don't think you won a prize if you didn't enter a contest. Report any fraud and share this information with others. And the number one thing is they're going to go after you via text. It's going to ping on your phone, texting, emails, phone calls, or mail. Don't fall victim to these scams. Don't click on strange emails. Do not answer phone numbers that are strange phone numbers. Now, one thing I got to say about phone numbers is before the scammers used to call from weird area codes like 967 and 876, and I knew it was a scam number. But now they call from DC numbers, 202, 301, 411. So you don't know whether it's a scam. But I got a call the other day, actually it was yesterday, from a guy named John saying that we have your bill for the contaminated water that we fixed in your house. Of course, I knew it was a scam. Now, some people would just ignore that like me, but others may say, what what bill's that? And then they call John. And once you call John, then John knows how to go into action and talk about the contaminated water and convince you of contaminated water in your house and that he has to come in there and fix it. Or that you need repairs on, you need trees cut down, or you need, somebody to do your bushes or whatever, you need your fence fixed. You got to watch out for these repair scam people that come to your door and just offer to do work. Watch out for them too. Especially older people. You don't want to let them in your house. We had a scam in our neighborhood where the people said they were from the water company, and they actually got in this elder couple home, and they said, we have to check your faucets. They were let in the house. They left the house. They actually ended up taking keys, which they weren't, like keys. A lot of times we have keys things, in the kitchen or whatever to hang your keys or whatever. So they took the keys to the house, and 3 days later, the house was burglarized.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So watch out for weirdos that come to your house and knock on the door, asking to, contribute to the Little League Fund and buy a magazine and all this sort of thing. You don't want to be answering the door for people that, are strangers, especially an elderly person. If you don't recognize the person, why are they coming to your house?
Mm-hmm.
If they're an electrical company or a phone company, they're going to make an appointment with you. They're going to have identification.
We just got that call before we got on the class. They said, we're going to be in your neighborhood.
I did too.
We said goodbye.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that, I would say probably the majority of calls now that I get on my phone home at my number at home are people asking for Medicaid, programs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Money
Yeah,
to,
that's scary.
yeah, it's unbelievable. That's why we have call waiting. So we don't have to answer the phone for these knuckleheads.
Okay, call waiting.
Yeah, call waiting. You can get it from your, not call waiting, excuse me, caller ID identification, excuse me. Oh, caller identification. It's actually, you got to pay extra for it, through your phone company.
Okay. Caller ID.
You want to do that. Another good word of advice, make sure that you check your credit card statements every time you get it, because there might be a fee on there that you didn't charge, and then you would immediately have to call the credit company. Somebody may have purchased a bicycle using your credit card, then unfortunately your credit card's been compromised, and you're going to have to get a new credit card, and they'll reimburse you the money, of course, because you didn't authorize the purchase of a bicycle. So if you use a credit card nowadays, just think how many ways you use your credit card. Use it over the phone, over the internet when you purchase stuff on Amazon, and use it at the restaurants, and use it at ATM machines if you pay for parking. So there's all sorts of opportunities for people to hack into these sites and get your credit card number. So don't feel bad if your credit card gets compromised. The credit card companies know about this. You call them up, you get a new credit card. They're going to reimburse you any funds that you were screwed out of. And it's not, you don't need to panic about it. You'll just have to wait for a couple of weeks to get a new credit card. But you have to be vigilant in checking your credit card statements and making sure all the things charged to your card are legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the credit card companies will call you if they think there's a fraudulent account. Like I've received phone calls. So one day, this happened to me 2 years ago, I purchased two brand new TVs from screen store. So huge purchase. A couple grand. My bank actually called me to see whether or not I had made that purchase, because I hadn't made a big purchase like that in a while. So they actually called me to check on me to say, did you make that purchase? I said, yes, I did. So that was good to know that the bank was actually watching that for any unusual purchase. All right, so we prosecute these type of cases. Like I said, we work with the FBI, Secret Service, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. We work with MPD, of course, fraud unit, and we need you to report the crimes, and they may not get solved right away. Unfortunately, you may not get reimbursed. You're scammed, but please be aware that there are so many scams out there, and anybody asking you for money quickly, pressuring you, coming out of the blue, strangers, something you're not interested in, and please just ignore them and hang up. Or delete, and the computer delete.
Okay.
Any questions?
I have not a question, but a remark. On my phone, on my house phone, because I have a cap telephone because I'm hard of hearing. So I have a little, when they call, they get a little voicemail. Oh, so you're calling spamming me today? Well, why don't you go out and buy some spam? And when you buy it, why don't you cook it? And you'll see what it tastes like. Bye. And I can see where they get mad. They just, so I don't really answer, so I can see, what they're saying, but they get a nice little message.
Thank you so much. I'll be moderating the questions, so I'll be going off of what I've seen the participants. So Miss Portia Carson, please unmute yourself so you can ask your question.
Okay, I have a comment. You were talking about the scan, but sir, let me tell you, they called me with a scan. It was a grant, and the way they did it was they went through my messenger and they picked people that I knew, and they said, well, so and so got a 5,000, and you in line next to get your 5,000, and they used a person that I might have went to church with, a person that I grew up with, and I didn't call. And I almost fell for it until they asked me, well, in order to get your 5,000, you got to pay 1,000, or you got to pay 2,000, something
There
like that.
you go.
Yeah, so I end up deleting the messenger thing because I had 3 or 4 of them to call me and do that. So I knew where they were getting it from. And when I called the person that I knew, they were like, what? And I'm like, I know Donna ain't got no 50,000 off. But they make it so convincing till I almost fell to the ask me for that money.
They are very good at what they do. And
yes, they are.
It doesn't matter whether you're, college educated, rich or poor, or whatever.
It does not.
High school degree. It doesn't matter. They got people that are doctors and professors, and they get people that, work at a gas station. It doesn't matter what income, they can target you, and they go after seniors because they know a lot of seniors have retirement income on their homes.
Right. Right. And if you like to gamble and you like money, you say, well, I own 5,000, ain't nothing to me. I'm gonna give 50,000, And then let me tell you something, sir. They even knew where I lived at. They showed me a picture. Then they showed me a picture of my.
Yeah, and they also have a Social Security scam where they actually tell you that your Social Security number has been compromised. You call the number, and we can fix that up. You just have to pay a fee because somebody's gotten your Social Security number, and we can fix it for you. And there's one more scam before I go, is where they actually call you up or text you and saying that your computer has been compromised. And that you have to give them your password so they can go in and fix it for, of course, a fee.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to run because I have a meeting. But are there any other questions, or I can come back on another time too to continue this? Oh, you need to go to elderjustice.gov, elderjustice.gov. That has all the scams you'd ever want to learn about against seniors. It's a Justice Department website. Put Justice Departments, elderjustice.gov. And it's going to bring you to a website. It's going to bring you to a website.
Put it in the chat.
Thank you,
Department.
Let me add one more. Somebody at church was trying to collect money for investments, and that's also, sometimes they don't know that they're being used, but beware of people, even at your church, who are asking for money. Because that's how
there have been a lot of scams, unfortunately, involving church members, because they know people figure, if they know me at church, they're going to trust me.
Right.
So it's all based on trust. It's always based on them getting your trust. Once they get your trust, they got their claws in you, then they can take your money.
But you left out one.
Well, there's a lot of them. There's
The
I could
call
talk
from the
about
police,
that.
the post
Go
have
ahead.
been police telling me
What's
they
that?
would donate to the police thing. And I said, well, right now is not a
That's
good.
hard.
They told me they would call me back. Just had my credit card ready. I'm like, okay, well, I thought about that thing. I said, no, they can't.
They've been doing that for
They
years.
called me back. He got mad because I told him I
And they'll
had
even tell
credit
you,
card.
and
Yeah,
they'll
these
even
people
tell you
guys-
how much.
Yeah, don't
They'll tell
engage.
you how much money to spend.
Yeah, don't
Mhm.
engage with these people at all. But
Mm-mm.
well, thank you for having me. Are there any more questions?
No, but I enjoyed you, and I do hope.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes,
We
okay,
appreciate
Mr.
you.
Klein. You have a
We
great
All right, stay
weekend.
safe.
Thank you for your
Great.
time.
Hope Elder Justice back up. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to come back.
Yeah, don't fall for the okey doke.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
Thank you, sir. Have a
All
great day.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Toodles.
All right.
I'm leaving.
The link is in the chat, so if you need the
I had
link,
my
I already
hand up
put it
and
in there.
nobody called on me.
Nobody
Well, he
called.
had to go.
Sorry,
Right.
Teresa. He had to go. I was going on my list, so he'll be here again. I assume.
Hey, Alex. Yeah, Alex, who is that? I came in a little late. Who is that and who's he with? What organization?
That was from the attorney's office. So he was able to go over scams and just making sure that you're aware of what you're doing on your devices. So
Alex,
yeah.
I have a question that you may have the answer to. You want to try to answer it?
Sure. I have about 5 minutes, so I can answer a question.
Okay. How does one avoid financial loss or identity theft or invasion of privacy from websites and cookies and viruses?
That's a really great question. The only thing I can say is just, if it feels like it's fake, then it's probably fake. Just double check what you're doing whenever you're on your device and seeing if things make sense. So that's pretty much it.
Well, just let me ask you, what is a cookie?
So cookies, they're not a bad thing. They that just store. I'm not 100% sure, but it just basically stores data when you're on like a website.
Mhm.
So it's
That's
like how
exactly
ads
what it
know.
is.
It's how ads know like what you like. They're not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, you don't really have to worry about those. Just again, make sure when you're browsing the internet that you're looking at everything twice. Okay.
But they should that you teach them how to use the security scanners. Like I use Malwarebytes, and it tells you when there's a nefarious actor on it. So there are different ways to protect yourself. This is Miss Warren, but I'm sure they can teach us that in a class.
Remember, like Teresa said, if you don't
Okay.
know where that email came from, don't open it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Miss Teresa, do you have to go? I see your hand raised and you have a question. Was it a question for Mr. Klein or is it a question for me, Miss Teresa?
The question
I'm not sure what's going on with your connection, but it's very hard to hear you, Miss Teresa.
him, but maybe somebody could answer it. I have a son.
Again, Teresa, I can't hear what you're saying because of
Is
your
this any
connection. I'm not.
better? No better?
Not really.
Okay.
No, it
Okay.
sounds like you playing an
No,
instrument.
ma'am.
Okay.
Put it in the
Just
chat.
text. Yeah, text me directly. Message me, ma'am, and then I can help you. I already sent you a message through chat, but I didn't see if you answered it. So just chat at me, and I'll be able to help you out. But yeah. If you don't have any questions, you're free to go. I'm about to go in a few minutes. So if you have a dire question to ask, please ask it.
Hello. Oh,
Yeah. Hi there, ma'am.
statement. I have a statement as far as with businesses, as far as IRS, Social Security, any government facility, they're going to send you mail.
That's right. They don't call.
Very seldom do they call you on the phone.
They
And
don't.
then if I get mail, I used to call them. They don't call, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Because I know my phone, it says spam, some weird New York, New Mexico.
You
Good.
seem happy. I'm glad.
Yeah,
You
anything
can
dealing with
phone if you
government,
get
you didn't
rude.
get it in mail, call.
That's another what?
Definitely, they send mail. They don't do a
Oh,
lot of
amen.
calling on no phone.
Hallelujah. And
Or The only
you
even with
live in
Social
one of the best
Security.
places you can be.
Medicare will call you.
Okay.
And
It's all good.
Okay, y'all
Yeah,
need
so
to
it's
mute
on
your
mute.
phones. Everybody can't talk at the same time.
Yeah, I was saying that with
And you know
government,
you don't talk, you need to be give somebody else a chance to talk.
with IRS,
Okay, go ahead.
with IRS or Social Security, they will send you mail. The mail will tell you, you know, what you need to do or what numbers you need to call. Or even if IRS have set up appointments with you, there's always mail, even with insurances.
Okay.
You know, or then if you want to find out stuff, you calling them more so than they calling you.
Okay.
That's just say,
Certainly. So
yeah.
again, with
that's
anything you
safety.
receive over the internet, whether that's your email or text or whatever, just double check it. If it ain't right, then don't click on it.
That's
But yeah, it's about to be 2:00, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the meeting, and then I hope you guys join tomorrow for our module. So thanks for joining today and being a great audience, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Be
you,
safe,
Alex.
man.
Thank you,
Thank
Alex.
you, Brother
Very
Bill.
interesting.
All
No
right.
problem. Have a great day.
Bless one. Take care. Yeah.
Pill.
Yeah.
Did you take it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.